Hello, good morning, everyone. It's Brenda over at Blasterworks, and it is Sunday, Super Bowl Sunday. So, for those of you who are into sports, I hope you have a fantastic Super Bowl day. I am not into sports. My thing today, no flea market, just because the one that we usually go to isn't having theirs today. So, I am going to go grocery shopping early in the morning and then hopefully paint Lulu, the dog, which I should have been doing all week, which I only did like maybe one day. So I kind of dropped the ball there. So I do want to work on her and try to get her done. You are seeing January here because I just want to go over what I did because I don't think I showed you. Yeah, because I think I was doing it off camera. I tried to record and then I didn't hit record. So that was my fault. So I'll go over the February page that I did last Sunday and the center page. So here's my center page for January. I do like the way this came out. I had to take that one postcard of the Wienermobile. I had to cut it up into pieces to make it fit better, which I'm glad I did. And then I just stuck my picture down here. There's my Long Beach sticker. I thought that put down the phone matched the picture pretty cool. So I added those two together. There's my dessert that I tried from the TikTok recipe. And then, of course, Mule and 3-Bot, little picture. So I did that in here. And then I think that is it. So this one is done. All right. So then I'm going to go file this away. It's a pretty good size. So I already have to start thinking of how I'm going to do these. I might bind them together in a quarter, and then at the end of the year I'll have 4 quarters, and then I'll either bind them again or just leave them as is. Okay, so then here's February. You guys saw the cover last time, and here's my calendar. I don't remember. I don't think I had the calendar in there yet. So I printed it this way, which fit a little bit better. I'm still trying to figure out the size. And then I just decorated with a donut, some coffee. This was on a calendar or something from Long Beach. I just took that out. And then I already stamped my bicycle tracking, which I only rode my bike one day last week. It was too foggy that day. And then this day I was going to ride my bike on Monday. But I got a text from one of the managers that said you should probably go in a little bit earlier because there's a lot to do. So I ended up just driving so I could get there faster. So that's why I didn't there. And then, of course, I went shopping on that day, and I was off on those days. Haven't put anything in here yet, but I will probably today when I go over my trash. And then this was my page that I was trying to record for you guys, and I ended up not hitting record. So I just used this as decoration from last week. Thought this was I find these little quotes. I'll just take the whole thing out. In old magazines. I have a lot of like old magazines. So calms anxiety, lifts depression. But I thought that was good for the chocolate. And maybe even the little fake Cheetos. And then over here, this page, what I did was, remember I had from the Great Grain cereal. So I'm using this for my journal. So I'm going to journal in here. I should have done it yesterday, but I didn't. Plenty of time because I didn't do anything yesterday. I didn't do yard work. But I liked how I did this because I took the back of the box. I cut it out like that, and then I just sliced to make this like a band. And I glued all this down. So this is all glued down. It's stuck to this paper pretty good. I just used the glitter glue for that, which I was kind of worried because this is kind of waxy. I think because it's so old that it has some tooth to it. All right, so then that goes in there. And so this was my page for week 1 of February. So February 1st through the 7th. My to-do list, as you see, I was supposed to be painting Lulu every day, which I didn't. So that will transfer over to this week's to-do list after I figure out how I'm going to do my trash in here. So this will be this week. This will be the middle, I didn't take any pictures yet, but once I take some pictures or anything I collect that I can put in the middle, I will put in the middle at the end of the month. Okay. And what I mean by that is because I do collect some trash and stuff. This week I actually had a lot of trash. This is from my lunch. I don't know if I'll use that in there. I might. Could be a journal card, a skinny one. This was 2 days worth of lunch. So I bought it and then I ate it for 2 days. This was, I took this on Thursday because I wanted to ride my bike and I didn't have anything already at work. So magic freezer, just grab me a burrito. That's my lunch. So that way I could ride my bike. So that's why I got that. This was in a shipping box. When my orders came in, I don't know what it means. It's very simple. Just on a sticker. And you're like, well, I could draw that, right? But it's kind of different when you find it. I don't know why, but it is. So that will probably be saved for the middle, or maybe I'll put it here. I don't know yet. I cut this off of our multi-meal. This is the Spanish side of the box. The other side of the box was in English, but it was all kind of torn up the way hubby opened the box. So I had to take this out. But I just like the kind of like that corn one I did. Just kind of retro looking, isn't it? And it's not old. I mean, it's from the 2020s. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I can't remember what the expiration date was, but it was still good. I just took it out of here and put it in a bell jar, for just so bugs don't get in there once we opened it. And this is kind of like cream of wheat, in case you guys are wondering, but it's a different brand. All right, and then I finally finished my other coffee to where I could dump my flip coffee. It's my first time trying it into my coffee canister. So I'm trying it now. It's a good coffee. I like it. If you're not familiar with Flip Farms and what's his name? I know his name, but Rocky Kanaka. He has his YouTube channel where he does sitting with dogs. Some of my dog lover friends out there may already know who he is, but I like to watch his channel. And I bought this to support his mission of helping dogs get adopted and he rehabilitates dogs that have issues and stuff like that. And he does it on his him and his wife. And they have a coffee farm in Southern California. So I just bought this to help support. And now I'm going to enter that into my trash journal. And the coffee is really good. This is from work. It's from last year. I'm cleaning, every month I clean out last month's files and shred them, and then I'm ready to file for this. So this is last year's. What month is this? February. This is last. So somehow I'll use this. A lot of times I'll keep these and I use them as my desk protector in the back because they're the calendar size. So I may use it in here. I may use it later as that. I'm not sure yet. I did buy me some more soap for bath soap. So I have this cool little bag. Chocolate. Another thing I like, because this might be able to stick pretty good, but I like the little stamp and the little gold on there on the label. This I like. This was my chips from work. I always have a bag of chips at work. And I finally finished it, but I like the gold on here. Can you guys see it, how shiny that is? So I may just cut this little bowl out right here and just put that in my trash journal as is. So, and then I have this box. I know this is weird. I took this from work because we get our frames in and we have all these boxes and stuff. But I just like this box mainly. As you see, it's really thick, and I just like how crispy and sharp these edges are. I know, right? Have I gotten weird? I just had this in here for now, but that's going to change because I may use this. I may take these apart and use this, or this would be a cool diorama too, right? Like you could put build something in there. I don't know yet, but trash to treasure, trash to trasher. So I just have the box. And then I found this. Oh wait, no, let me go over my scraps. All right, so you guys already saw my Scrappy 8 graffiti. And so a lot of times when I do stuff like that, I print out different sizes. This one was before I painted the background white, because my first thought was to make, like, how sometimes you have a brick wall and there's like posters, the same poster on the wall, like in a row. And I was going to do it that way. So I was going to cut and just have like a few, and I was doing different sizes. But then I ended up saying, no, I want a big one. And then one big one of these just didn't look right. So I did it the way that I show on the video instead. So now I have all these extra scraps, which will go into my scrap folder over here. And some of it may even go into my trash bin for my collage later. But I think I'm going to put maybe a couple of them in here also. So I'll keep these out. I'll put them over here on the side though. I'll keep these out in case I use it, at least one or two in here. Okay, and then so that was that. And then here's my found trash. So I was riding the one day I rode my bike, I found this, and it's a big sticker. It's a big sticker. It's kind of the shiny. I need to clean it. It's very, very dirty. And as you see, the sticky part has collected some dirt on the back there. But I'm going to clean it, and then I think I'm going to pin it back here behind me on those little clips. Remember the little chip clips I bought at the flea market? Because I may use it in March's folder. Okay, so in March journal, let me show you what I mean. So I may just get a piece of paper. I'm going to take the backing off and stick it onto another piece of paper. the best I can because it's pretty torn up, but that's okay. So it'll be a page like that on another piece of paper once I clean it off. Yeah, it's a good size. I think it'll fit. It'll be kind of big, but that's okay. And then I might even tear it up around the edges since it's already kind of torn anyway, just to make it a little bit smaller. So yeah, so I'm gonna clean that and then clip it back here. I already have a few other pieces of paper back here in bags that are potential for the next coming up months, to use as a journal pages. Okay, and I think that's it as far as trash is concerned. So let's get these over here and figure out what I'm going to do with my page because let's take that out for now. So my page is going to be here. So I think what I'm going to do is just cut out pieces and see what works because I need a journal card to journal on, and then I also need somewhere because I don't know if I can stamp my to-do list on here because it's very textured, and I don't know if I can write on, it'll be kind of hard, so I need something a little bit smoother. So unless I make a separate to-do list card like I was saying, I could also do that also. So I'm just going to cut out what I want to keep as far as decorations, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I'm going to be quiet so I can speed this part up. All right, so I am done. I don't know. I almost forgot that guy because he was stuck over there. So I covered up, obviously, I covered up the piece images and put that on instead. I don't know which one will be the journal card, which one will be the planning. I might do the planning on this one because I could put the week, I could put Sunday. I can space it out how I need to. So this will probably be my to-do list, and this will be my journal card for this week coming up. It gets kind of stuck in here because of the string that's on here. Oop, oop, a little bit of glue on there. Let's get that open before I rip it too much. There we go. A little bit of glue right there. Let's take that off. That's going to come off anyway. Let's just stick you here. We'll just glue you down right here. There we go. That's the good thing about trash journals. It doesn't matter. Okay. Now, so obviously decoration page just for the week. And then my pocket with my journal card. Pretty basic, I guess. I'll stamp all that later off camera. Yeah, so that is it. I didn't have a very exciting week this week. Like I said, I didn't do the yard yesterday like I should have. So maybe I'll work on that a little bit today. Sundays, I just feel like I don't want to make a lot of noise with the weed eater, let people enjoy their Sundays. But since it's Super Bowl Sunday and people are probably going to be yelling and making a lot of noise anyways, I might still work on the yard. Yeah, so that is it. The only other thing, any stories to tell? No, I don't think so. I think that's it. If I think of it afterwards, I'll tell you next week. All right. Yeah, because work was work, nothing new or exciting. But yeah, I hope everyone else is having a good week or had a good week last week. Like I said, Super Bowl Sunday. What else is coming up this week? Valentine's is coming up. We are having our lunch with the girls, or brunch or breakfast, whatever, next Sunday morning. So I won't be going to the flea market then. I will be going to that Filipino / fusion, Hispanic, Mexican, I'm not sure, American. It's fusion with something else. We're going to go there and eat breakfast or brunch. So that should be fun. And yeah, and I just got to remember to take pictures so I can add them to my journal. But anyways, if you guys haven't seen my Scrappy 8 video, it's in my listed below. No, I didn't link it. I'm not going to link it, but it's just one of the latest videos. I uploaded it last Wednesday, and the prompt was graffiti. And then remember, next Sunday also, I am going to let you guys know the prompt for the five item dollar store challenge. So hopefully you guys got your stuff together, your items. I already posted, I think on Instagram, I posted, oh, you know what, I'm going to insert a couple pictures here that I got from a couple people with their 5 items. So I'll end the video with that. And I'll see you guys on the next video, okay? Love y'all. Tschüss.